This is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. If you'd like to take a moment and try to stay sane, I'll let you know how I ended up in Maine. Hey YouTube, hello subscribers. I hope all is well. Well, this is my load. You can see behind me, I've got a big old load of lumber. Huge load of lumber. Pretty well tarped. Not perfect, but it's staying down, so that's good. I am in New York right now. I'm in New York. What? Not New York City. I am in some S word in New York. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I should ask around and how to pronounce it, but I have no idea. It's been a long week. Even though it was a short week, it's been a long week. I'm gonna try to remember all the little situations I've been in, and try to let you know about how my week went. So let's see, I'm gonna set you down and have a beautiful background of some reserved parking and a trash can and some foliage, forest, whatever the heck you want to call it. So I'm gonna set you down and just talk with you guys. Hopefully the video turns out to be okay. All right, let me tell you how this week went. So let's see, I was at home. I got to see my truck after Hurricane Ida. You guys got to see that video. Shortly after that though, I ended up locking my keys in my truck. Yeah, locked my keys in my truck, and it's crazy too that I did that because I have been thinking about getting one of those metal boxes with the magnets on it, the little or plastic boxes with the magnets on it to hide somewhere on your truck with the spare key on it. I've been thinking about doing it. Never did it. Now I got one. I just need to get a spare key made. So that was on my way to go visit my family. I got on the phone with road repair and let them know about that situation, and I said this was a terrible timing too because all the phone lines are down and this and that, and they said, you know what, Paul, no problem, go visit your family. We'll try to find somebody from a neighboring city to come out and unlock your truck for you. So they were really kind. They said, Paul, go visit your family. We will find somebody to go unlock the truck for you and hide the key, so that way you don't need to be there with the truck and you can spend time with their family. So that was really nice, and they ended up finding somebody, and the plan was for them to come unlock the truck, then lock the doors and hide the key underneath the dipstick. Well, they finally got to my truck. When they finished up, they called and they said, hey Paul, we're all done, the keys are underneath the floor mats. Wait, what? Yeah, the keys are underneath the floor mats. Your doors are unlocked. The keys are underneath the floor mats. It's like, no! So, but by that time, it was already around probably 1 or 2. About 3 o'clock. About 3 o'clock on Friday. And so I was like, said bye to the family. You know, that was enough time for me to spend with them. I got to help them out. I bought them a bigger generator for their house to power up the house and keep everybody in there comfortable. It was my niece, my brother-in-law, my sister, my brother-in-law, 2 nieces, great nieces and great nephews all up in the house trying to stay cool, and so that big generator definitely helped out. But so said goodbye, said it's time for me to get to work, go check on the truck, get the keys, all that kind of good stuff. So along the way, I'm calling and calling my fleet manager saying, hey, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready for a load. And could not get a hold of him. So got to my truck, locked the doors. Then I went to go sit in line for food. You know, after hurricanes, a lot of places are still closed, but some are open. And the ones that are open have a big line waiting to get into them. So I was waiting in line with Raising Cane's. Finally got a hold of my fleet manager and said, hey, I'm ready to rock and roll. If you guys want to give me a load, let's do it. It's Friday afternoon. I haven't worked all week. So ended up getting some food, then ate that food while waiting in line for gas. Once again, the places that do have power and do have gas have lines for people waiting in them. So I was eating and waiting in that line. ended up getting a load while I was waiting for gas. And thankfully, it was a pretty cool load. It was a load that picked up in Mississippi. And geez, I don't remember. I have the worst memory. We're gonna bring up the phone here and we're gonna see where it was going to. It was going to, oh goodness, I don't even, oh, Chester, South Carolina. So one thing great about this load is it's pick up in Taylorsville, Mississippi, and this plant is open 24/7. And the load didn't need to be delivered until Tuesday. So even though I had all week off, TMC still gave me a load where I did not need to leave out on Friday afternoon. I got to go back to my family's house and hang out with them again for the weekend. So that was really nice and very much appreciated. Left out on Sunday. Sunday I left home, or left my sister's house after staying a couple nights with them, and I left around 9 a.m. thinking I'd be able to get on the road by 11. Well, I got to my truck. I made another bonehead move. I ended up accidentally leaving my passenger side door cracked, or open a little bit, ajar. My batteries were dead on my truck. Hold on. Oh, I gotta pause for a second. Let me tell you why I have to pause. As you can see here, I have a repair person to come and give my little girl a fix. I got a coolant leak. I will touch base on that when I come back. Be right back, you guys. Game on. All right, so back to my bonehead story. Yes, got back to my truck on Sunday morning, ready to leave out around 11, get an early start to the day and to the week, to a whole new week, and my batteries were dead because I left my passenger side door kind of open, ajar. So I drive my personal vehicle up to it, my truck, and I grab my jumper cables, and I'm looking at my jumper cables. I'm like, you know, they're pretty small. These are smaller than normal jumper cables that I've seen. So I hook them up and I'm trying to charge my truck batteries. I'm pushing on the gas of my personal vehicle to help boost the voltage, or whatever you want to call it. Again, I come from an office. I don't know this stuff. But anyways, so it's going. I've been there for 20 minutes now. It's not doing much. I still can't start the truck. So a bobtail goes into the lot. And I was like, hey man, hey, question for you. Can you come help me out? You know, I'm trying to jump my battery here and jump my truck. And I don't think my small battery in my personal vehicle here is gonna do the trick. And so he comes walking up and he says, you know what, Paul? Or didn't say Paul, he doesn't know my name. He said, oh, I can see the problem already. I was like, really, what's that? So you have 10 gauge jumper cables. You're gonna need 4 gauge. And I was like, you know, I had a feeling these things were a bit small. So he's like, yeah, if we were to connect my truck up to those, we would burn those cables up in a heartbeat. And I was like, oh, okay. So locked everything up, jumped in my regular truck, calling all the places around, trying to find a auto supply store, an auto parts store that had power. Thankfully found one, picked up some 4 gauge jumper cables, got back to my truck, hooked it up to my personal vehicle. 10 minutes. My Betsy Black was jumped. So that was the start of that day. Drove all the way to Taylorsville, Mississippi, and thankfully they were open all day. They were open on Sunday, which was nice, and I ended up getting loaded. It was a frustrating load though, and I wish I took a picture of it. The loader needed all kinds of help. There had to be plastic on the trailer, so I had to help him roll out the plastic. Then when he was loading my trailer with this particle board, he would put one side on perfect, but then when he got to the other side, he would push the other side kind of shortly over the edge of the trailer. So I had to have him keep on for the entire load, entire trailer full, getting him to readjust everything. So that was a bit frustrating. But the most frustrating part was when I went to the tarping station because they needed to be tarped. And it was, I'm used to the tarping stations that lift the tarps from the left or the right side of the trailer up to the other side of the trailer. But this one was from the rear of the trailer to the front of the trailer, this tarping machine. And so I wasn't used to it. My trailer wasn't backed in perfectly straight. So when I got my back tarp, first I accidentally was starting to put the front tarp on first, which you can't do. You got to do the back tarp before you put the front tarp on. And so got the front one on, was like, crap, got to change it, took it off. Then I put the back tarp on. And it went on crooked. It wasn't even. So I was struggling and struggling to move to adjust my tarp back onto the middle of my in line and perfectly with the lumber. People were, all the guys, not all the guys, but a few of them were watching and watching me struggle, and I was getting very frustrated. And finally I was like, can I get some help, please? I'm gonna be here all night if I don't get any help. Can someone please help me? So finally they sent somebody. So he comes up to me and he says, you know what, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you need to throw plastic on this load before putting on your tarps. I had no idea. There was no signs or nobody around to tell me this, and those guys were watching me struggle with putting the tarp on and didn't even tell me, hey, it needs plastic first. So that was a bummer. So he was like, but I am here to help you. I was like, oh, thank goodness. So we took off the tarp, we put on the plastic, we put on the back tarp, and we put on the top tarp, and then he said, then he was on his way. I gave him a bottle of water and thanked him for his efforts, and I started bungeeing the tarp, and then I was on my way. I made it all the way over to Chester, South Carolina that night, Sunday night. Got there around 8:20 p.m. They did offer parking, so I went over there, went to the security guard and said, hey, is there any place I could park over here so I could get unloaded in the morning and take a nap? And he's like, you know what, if you're not too tired and you don't need a nap right away, we could get you unloaded tonight. I was like, let's do it. So Sunday night I ended up getting unloaded. No, was that Sunday night? Yeah, Sunday night I ended up getting unloaded, and Monday morning was ready for a new load. So that new load, sorry, I'm looking down at my phone, so I got some accurate information here for you guys, because my memory is not the best, as you all know by now. So Monday morning, was waiting for a load and ended up getting a load only a bounce of 9 miles away, and it was going to Kentucky. So took that bad boy. What was that a load of? That was a load of steel. I believe it was 2 steel coils, and I took a picture of that. It was I'll probably post these pictures of my loads at the end of the video here, and there's quite a few from a couple weeks ago too. I just took some pictures just to show you guys the different type of loads. But anyways, so 2 steel coils, and I took that up to Bardstown, Kentucky. Another flawless drive, about 432 loaded miles, and made it, got parked up, got unloaded in the morning, and then had a big load going to a city that I've never been before. I went to Silver Grove, Kentucky to pick up some wallboard, and I was headed to New Hampshire, Manchester, New Hampshire. That's what I was trying to say. I was going to New Hampshire. Never been to New Hampshire. So that was a long load. It was roughly 895 miles loaded. Got there Friday morning. No, got there Thursday night. I got there Thursday night. Ow, I just hit my knee on my trailer. And got there Thursday night. It was a kind of an interesting place. It was right and connected to a CVS. Yeah, connected to a CVS, and so that was interesting because I was parked in the CVS parking lot, portion of it, but kind of off to the side. They have some signs that say, you know, delivery trucks stay to the right, and I was to the right as I pointed left. That's the right. So anywho, okay, so what else happened? Oh, so there's a little pizzeria place right across the street from the CVS. I noticed as I was pulling up. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna go eat there. I'm gonna go eat there, and ate some chicken wings. It was pretty good. But when I was leaving, I saw one of those vending machine scratcher tickets machines. And you guys have seen a previous video of mine where I've done some scratchers live for you guys. And ended up getting 3 scratcher tickets. I put in $60. I bought a $25, a $25, and a $10 scratcher. I ended up winning money on all 3 scratchers. On the $10 scratcher, I won $20. On one of the $25 scratchers, I won $30. And on one of the other $25 scratcher, I won $100. So I won $150 on 3 scratchers. I put in 60, so I really was up $90. So, woohoo! Ended up buying some Powerball and Mega Millions tickets, and I didn't win on the Mega Millions last night. I think Powerball is coming up tonight. So, hopefully I win that. Long shot, of course. All right, so then from there, this is how I ended up in Maine. Friday morning, I got bounced 160 some odd miles up to Dixfield, Maine. So I ended up in Maine. I never thought I'd be up in Maine, but man, I was up in Maine. It is pretty up there, beautiful lakes, but honestly, it looks like almost all the other states. So picked up from there. I'm going to Arkansas with it, and this is a long drive. I'm not going to be able to make it there by Sunday night. This was a over 1,600 mile drive from Dixfield, Maine to Searcy, Arkansas, and it's paying $25.25 to the truck. So that's like I mentioned before, it's a great way to start off a week to have a load over $1,000, and this one is $2,025. So I'm gonna be, I already talked to my fleet manager. The load says delivered by Monday at 4 p.m. I'm not even gonna be able to make that. And he said, let's talk again on Monday, and we're gonna get it switched to Tuesday morning delivery. And that I should be able to make. But where I stopped here in that S word, New York, I'm still 1,300 miles away, some 1,300 miles away from Searcy, Arkansas. So I'm gonna have to drive at least 650 miles on Sunday and at least 650 miles on Monday. So the Sunday one's gonna be easy because I'm not gonna hit any rush hour traffic anywhere. The Monday one's gonna be a bit difficult because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit traffic somewhere along the way. So my plan was to get a little further than this S word New York. And if anybody could help me with that and put how to pronounce this place in my comments, will be great. I might even ask this repair guy that's helping out on my truck right now how to pronounce it. But anywho, I tried to make it all the way over there, but I'm having a coolant leak again, and my coolant alert was going off it seemed like every 50 miles, and I ended up putting a band-aid on it, throwing some duct tape around a blue hose underneath my cab, near my passenger side gas tank, and it was just getting a little too much to deal with. So I ended up stopping in this S word New York, and yeah, I'm doing my 34-hour here. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow morning, Sunday, pretty early, and yeah, start off the week. I do need to be in Joplin, Missouri this Friday for service, so hopefully that goes well. And yeah, anywho, that has been my week, you guys. It's been a good week. It's been nice to be back. I'll be honest, it was a little hard to get back to work after having a week off, a week and a couple days off. But once I got into the truck, and once I had that excitement of where am I going to sleep tonight, can I make it to this point but before my hours run out, you know, the excitement came back, and the excitement was there, and I enjoy it again. I mean, not that I didn't enjoy it before that week off, but I'm not dreading it like I dreaded when I first got back into the truck to make that drive to Mississippi. So I'm enjoying it again. I'm in New York. I went to Maine. I went to New Hampshire. Went to Massachusetts, which I think I might have been in before. I'm not 100% sure. But this is trucking, and I like it. All right, so other than that, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this really long video. Thank you so much all for watching. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. Join the White Collar Trucker team. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, you know what to do. Get that smile on your face. You have a great one.